Hello everyone, we're back again with another one. I hope you are having a great time. So we're back again on market updates on BTC. We are currently looking at BTC USDT. We are currently looking at the market and what we can anticipate from the whole crypto market, the whole market sentiment, and also the technicals behind BTC and what we can anticipate from the market overall from the coming weeks and days. We're looking at BTC, and as you can see, BTC is already trading live on around 46,000 region 800. So we are looking at BTC on a monthly time frame currently right now. So as you can see, we are trading around that region, and what we had a huge decline over the also this coming month. Also we had a huge decline down. We even sold down to 42,000 region, which was very bad for the whole crypto market in general. That we had a huge decline, and the market sentiment was already down to the most fear was an extreme fear region in the market. So we are currently trading down now below. So what happened previously last week, the previous week, was what we had a little bit push and a little bit consolidation around this region, which we created this inside bar. So my whole I already stated about the whole dynamic on my previous video about BTC coming to the downside and already that. So now what are we looking at BTC right now? What are we anticipating in the market? So as you already know, I talked about on my previous video that I was looking for BTC to have this. I was looking for something reaction like this. I was looking at BTC to tap around 54,000 region. After 54,000 region, then we can look for more clean decline to the downside. So why did I said that? It's more like for us to have a more healthy push to the downside on BTC, we needed to tap that 54,000 region, which was a liquidity area. So if you look at the left hand side on the chart, we already had this level around this region. So I'm looking at BTC to form another one here. Now if we had that and we had this now we had a more distribution pattern around this region. So overall we can have a healthy push to the downside. Now that being said, that didn't occur, meaning to say that we left a liquidity around 54,000 region, which we didn't tap. So that being said, now we are pushing down to the downside already. So what is this decline that we had without tapping to 54,000 region is a good sign for the buyers in the market. Why did I say that? So the whole idea about me saying that is that we already had a liquidity around this region. So this is a liquidity area. This is like a huge liquidity area around that 42,000 region, which is a like huge mitigation block, which we failed to tap in. We failed to tap in that level. Meaning to say, since we failed to tap in that level of 54,000 region, we are possibly declining to the downside, and the potential of us pushing to the downside without tapping that area, safe to say that we will come back in the future to tap into that level. So now the idea is, if BTC keep on declining, like if we keep on pricing to the downside and we potentially maybe came to around 42,000 region, or even push down to 47,000 region, it's still a good sign for the bulls in the market. Why am I saying that? Now we already left a liquidity around this region of 54,000 region. Now without us tapping that region, it means to say that we left a liquidity, and all the whole market mechanics usually work with liquidity. So the market is always where orders are left. So then it's safe to say there is an order around this region which we have not tapped in. So that means the order book is still not yet filled for 54,000 region. So now if we push to the downside, potentially we might see a reaction which can lead to pushing down to tap into this region, 54,000 region, and 54 tapping that in region is a good sign for the bulls, that we can potentially see more reaction to the upside. Now that being said, now then we pushed and we came in and we filled in already at this 54,000 region without tapping lower. That means we can potentially reject this region again and push to the downside again, which would be a strong bearish signal in the market. So now the whole idea is it's safe to say the more the market dipped at this current price, at this current region in the market, it's a good sign for the buyers to keep on buying. So the more deeper the market goes, the more potentially you should start accumulating into more altcoins and on BTC also, because potentially we might not even tap below to 37,000 region. But what I'm looking at is, if we break our first target is 52,000 region. Why 42,000 region? Once we tap into 42,000 region, we broke below it to 37,000 region. Then I can potentially say to say that we have already have the whole dip has already been formed, and we can what push up, look for liquidity above 54 to 52,000. Since we haven't tapped that, that means this is a region whereby we'll be looking at to tap into the liquidity that we left around that region. So now the whole game plan should be the more the decline that occurs in BTC now, potentially the more we push to the downside, the more that we should be accumulating on BTC, because we can potentially see a full-fledged push to the upside, which is one of the more. So what I'm meant to say is there is a liquidity here and we haven't tapped that liquidity. That means they will come back to push that liquidity. So the more people are more fearful in the market, the more extremely the fear sentiment is going down, the more you should be accumulating, because what this is a signal telling you that we left a liquidity at 40 to 54,000 region. Now we're gonna come back for it for sure. That's a guarantee. We're gonna come back. But if we push above now, we push up and we tap that 54,000 region, and we reject that region again, then potentially we can see a more clear push to the downside. But us pushing down, the more decline we have on BTC now, it's a good sign that you should start accumulating more, because we left a liquidity level around 54,000 and we're gonna come back potentially for it, and we might even push above it. So that being said, this is the whole game idea on what I'm looking on BTC and what we can potentially look in the market overall in the future. I hope you guys can take advantage of this. The more now BTC declines, the more it's signaling you that you can potentially buy into more of your altcoins, and also you can start accumulating a little bit of more BTC in your own portfolio. This is a good sign and it's a good chance for the bulls in the market. I hope this video was quite helpful for you guys, and also you guys should take notes and also react on what you are seeing in the market. As you already know, this is what we are looking at in the market, and the more we decline to the downside, the more we start accumulating. But if we push above now 54,000 region, and we rejected that region, that means the liquidity sitting above here has been tapped, then there is nothing left for us to be more. So we should at least more have a short-term bearish trend on the market overall. But the whole fundamentals are completely aligned with the technicals now. Why am I saying the fundamentals aligned with the technicals? The fundamentals, we have all this survey data that has been coming, the CPI, the South America, I think the Central American state buying huge deep BTC and all that sort of stuff. So now all the whale in the market makers are already in more accumulative position. So they need more lower buying orders, selling orders to the downside, so that after those order book have been filled to the downside, then the market will reverse engineer and push to the upside, and we can see us tapping 54,000 region, looking for liquidity at that level, and we can even push above it and henceforward. So I hope you guys can take advantage and have a wonderful time. Thank you.